let me tell you what. I don't have yet customer in my cafe. Although I've been running this cafe almost 10 years, but I don't have any specific yet customers. You know why? Because my idea don't hit any specific yet customer. This idea stemmed from the feeling I had in my early days in this business. I somehow realized that the usually the most generous and well spending customer in my eyes somehow they smell very fish. I mean, what I'm saying is those people who smell fish, something odd, something is off. I mean, a lot of them who is very generous and really eager to spend much more money here. I realized that somehow related some kind of not very rightful business. Something I kind of sense they have something behind their back about their business, the way of making money. Later, I began to realize maybe their business is not very legitimate. A lot of, at first I didn't understand the nature of this cafe restaurant business, right? You don't need to judge your customer, right? And I was not in the position to judge anybody. You take customer as they are, right? I mean, but later, like what I realized was a lot of those people who really eager to spend money here as much as possible and very generous to purchase something, buy something here, right? Many cases they are doing some illegal business, whatever it is, maybe, right? I mean, that was my suspicion actually. Out of their way of talking and then like way of behaving, something, right? And then like those who like act like group of thugs or some kind of criminal involved some kind of dark business. And then I just became to feel very uncomfortable to those who I suspect they are in some illegal business or some illegitimate something, right? And then, those things actually judging people like as a cafe owner, judging people is not none of my business, isn't it? Actually, my job is to serve my customer good as possible and as nice as possible, right? And make sales and make money. That's it. I don't need to think about any other thing as a small cafe owner, right? Your only the first priority is to make money and run your business as smooth as possible with good cash flow, right? And in my case, I really feel uncomfortable. I just flatter those people who I just suspect they are in some dark business. But I really feel I felt really uncomfortable. I have to flatter them because and took them as my VIP customer here because they spend most of money here in my cafe, and that idea I have to took them as my VIP customer and flatter them because they spend the most of money here, and I don't. That feeling really makes me feel uncomfortable, and I really hate that idea. My cafe take those people, whatever they are doing, whatever dark business they are in, only the reason because they spend most of the biggest money here. So I take them as my VIP. That thought, that idea really nagging my nerves so much, make me so unsettled, and I don't want to see them like swaggering all over here, bragging about themselves, about the business, how they making money, out of those suspiciously illegitimate business or some illegal shit. I mean, so I made my decision to evade that kind of my inner conflict, and my choice, my action, what I took to deal with that my conflict. I just make here all the price options here very simple. Basically, I don't sell anything except very basic things, and then even that basic things like liquor, some soft drink, all this kind of stuff, they also let them bring their own things, whatever that thing is, alcohol. I just keep the all the charge as the simple as simple and as basic as it is. And basically everybody pays certain admission here to use this place, and then all other things you can bring your own stuff. I don't sell, which means I just give up all my sales the way I making money. I mean, cafe business, you have to sell liquor and drink, all this kind of thing, and food, right? But I just gave up all that things from which I can make money, and I just keep everything is so simple and basic, and everybody pays the same amount of certain money, and then that's it. I don't need to sell those people and take them as my best customer because they spend money here a lot. So to me, every customer is same. No one pays more than the other, all the same. And then like basically I just gave up a lot of the way, a lot of means to make money out of this business. And then just I don't rely on my livelihood out of selling something to those people who I don't wanna take them as my best customer. So you doing a this kind of eatery business, right? Like cafe and restaurant. Anyway, your best customer is those who spend most money to your shop, right? And you don't really care who they are, what they are doing. And for me, like that was the last thing I want to take the pass. And then I made decision to give up the means I make the most of money. And I still believe it was the stupidest business decision I ever made in my whole life. During my whole business career for 20 years, you know, you gave up the best way to make money from your business. I just gave up. And then like I just want to keep my self-esteem, not to flatter those people who I believe they are not fully legitimate, doing something dark. And then I just free myself from the bondage of the idea you must have your VIP customer for your business. And I just gave up that idea. And then I just treat all my customer, every single customer, same. And I still survive for last 9 years, close to 10 years. I'm still have been running this business without fail. I can recommend this way of approach to your business, but for myself, it helps a lot. It really helps. Maybe my self-esteem. Maybe that's the reason I never be good businessman who can make big money. Maybe my nature doesn't really fit to business, I agree, but I feel much more comfortable with myself with this way, and that kind of feeling, right? I mean, I don't need to flatter those who I don't admire, because only the reason they spend more money in my business, I don't like that. I don't like that. And I can't help, myself. It doesn't mean I don't say I'm all the time correct and right person. I mean, but somehow, if there's any way I can execute, I want to keep myself, my self-esteem, not compromise. That's why I chose that auction.